Hello everyone. My presentation title is AlphaMWE, Construction of a Multilingual Parallel Corpora with MWE Annotations. MWE here means multi-word expressions. My co-authors are Gers and Alan from Adapt Research Center and the Insight Center for Data Analytics. This work is conducted in Dublin City University, Ireland. Firstly, I will introduce the motivation of our work. Secondly, I will introduce the related work of corpus constructions. Thirdly, it is the experimental work procedure of AlphaMWE. In the end, I will introduce the discussion of machine translation issues when they come across multi-word expression-related translation. I assume you have our paper downloaded in hand, since I will refer to the paper during the presentation. There have been various definitions about multi-word expression, including syntactic structure and semantic viewpoint, such as Constant 2017 mentioned the syntactic anomalies, non-compositionality, non-substitutability, and ambiguity. In 2010, Baldwin and Kim defined MWEs as lexical items that can be decomposed into multiple leximes and display lexical, syntactic, semantic, pragmatic, and statistical idiomaticity. Multi-word expression is a very interesting research topic for both natural language researchers and linguists. The automatic processing of MWEs pose very significant challenges for computational linguistics tasks, such as word sense disambiguation, parsing, and machine translation. This is caused by both the variety and richness of MWEs as they are presented in the language. However, there are very few bilingual or multilingual parallel corpora with multi-word expression annotations available for cross-lingual natural language processing research or for downstream applications. In this paper, we focus on verbal multi-word expression. Verbal multi-word expression has the verb as the head of the studied term, function as a verbal phrase. For example, kick the bucket, cutting capers, gone slide to one's hand. It is a more mature research category and received attention from many researchers, such as Maldonado et al. 2017 our own paper. In this work, we construct the multilingual parallel corpora with vMWE annotations, including English, Chinese, German, and Polish. We also want to get a deeper inside view of the processing of multi-word expressions when the machine translation models meet them. So we categorize the errors made by MT models. During the analysis, we realized the state-of-the-art machine translation models are far from reaching the human parity in terms of translation performance. There are monolingual corpora with verbal multi-word expression annotations, such as the PARSEME shared task corpora. In 2020, they include even 14 languages, including Chinese, Hindi, Turkish as non-EU language. English focus monolingual corpora, including MWE-aware English dependency corpora, English MWEs from web-reviewed data, and the English verbal MWEs from Walsh and Cato 2018. However, all these monolingual corporas are cited independently by different language speakers without bilingual alignment. Some are even done by non-native speakers and by automatic creation, such as Cato 2018. These corpora are very helpful for monolingual MWE researchers, such as discovery and identification. However, it would be very difficult to utilize such corporas for bilingual or multilingual research, such as machine translation and cross-lingual information extraction. There are bilingual related works such as Wien 2012 and our own work, Han 2020. In Wien 2012, English-Hungarian parallel corpora was prepared and 700 letter verb constructions were annotated. However, This work didn't include other kind of verbal multiple expressions such as verbal idioms, verbal particle constructions, etc., and is not extended to any other language pairs. In our own work in LREC 2020, we did the automatic construction of bilingual multi-word expression terms from Parallel Corpora, including English Chinese and English German. We firstly did automatic extraction of multilingual MWEs based on the POS pattern. Then we aligned two-side multilingual MWEs into bilingual terms based on statistical lexical translation probability. However, due to our automatic procedure, we also extracted normal phrases, not only multiple expression terms that we have to deal with. We analyzed the reasons. One of the important reasons is the POS pattern design need to be refined for each language, and it is a very challenging task. Now let's see the procedure of AlphaMWE that we created for this work. We firstly use the English corpora from PARSEME shared task. Then we translate them into target language such as Chinese, Polish, German, with 4 different machine translation models. Then we post-edit the translation, correct the sentence. Then subsequently, we did annotation of the target side multi-word expression that are corresponding translation of the source side English terms of MWE. Finally, we did the cross-validation to have different human beings take the first person's annotation and post-editing. During this procedure, we compared the 4 state-of-the-art machine translation model, including Google, Microsoft Bing, Baidu, and DeepL. We chose DeepL as a final machine translation model engine with several reasons, such as also machine translation model make many errors, including we use blue as redundancy error, green as adding error, pink as reordering, and yellow as dropping error. And we suggest the reviewers suggest you to read our papers for these interesting examples. The rationale we chose English from PARSEME shared task is that all the professional annotators are fluent in English and native speaker of the target language, respectively. During annotation, there are several points we list here, also pointed by the reviewers. We thank the anonymous reviewers for these suggestions. When the verbal multiple expression are translated into general phrase, we try to offer different references, with one being revised at multiple expression. When the source and target translations are in different registers, such as THX for thanks, we try to offer a different reference with one have the same register with the source sentence. When the normal phrase is translated to multiple expression, or source and target both have multiple expression, but the English corpus was not highlighted with this point, we add such terms into AlphaMWE. Finally, we corrected some wrongly annotated multiple expressions in the source English corpus. Overall, we extracted 750 English sentences that cover all verbal multiple expression targeted sentences. And the target language, so far we covered Chinese, Polish, German, and we are conducting Spanish, French, Italian, and Irish in the future. And all corpora is very comparable for standard shared task usage, such as the annual workshop of machine translation and the NIST MT challenges. They use approximately 2,000 sentences for development and testing data. Here is a quick view of the corpora we prepared. The headline is the English corpus with verbal multiple expressions highlighted. Then we have Chinese, German, Polish, correctly translated and post-edited, and also with targeted verbal multiple expression annotated. Now, I list some interesting points that the machine translation meets the problem when they translate the multiple expressions. However, we do suggest to check our paper for more interesting cases. For English to Chinese translation, we categorize the errors and the phenomena into common sense, super sense, abstract phrase, idiom, metaphor, and ambiguity. We also classify ambiguity into several different phenomena. For English to German translation, there are three phenomena. Firstly, English multiple expression are usually translated to one word into German. This is due to one of the reasons that German has many separatable verbs. Secondly, normal phrases in English are usually translated into polite or formal form in German. This is a very biased machine translation issue. We do suggest you to check our paper for very interesting examples we listed. And finally, verbal multiple expression in English are usually translated as non-verbal multiple expression as normal phrase in German, and this can be addressed in the future machine translation research. For English to Polish translation, it usually falls into coherence and aware errors, literal translation, context and aware situation errors. We also have very interesting Polish examples in our paper. For example, let's see idiom. In this sentence, cutting capers is to describe work in a clumsy way or clumsy manner like a goat. However, all four machine translation models translate it literally as cutting action of some vegetables. This is very hilarious translation, leading to the wrong understanding of the sentence. Also, the second term we highlighted, tore back, means return quickly or fastly. However, all the four translation models, except for Baidu, translate tore back as tearing something to be broken. And this will mislead the readers of the people who use machine translation to get this sentence. Secondly, let's see metaphor. Balloon too big in this sentence means everything doesn't count anymore, or everything disappeared. However, all the four machine translation models translate into explode by bomb. This is a very literal surface translation, not the meaning equivalent. And the second sentence, gone slightly to his head, means he's slightly drunk with a beer. However, the four machine translation model all translate into literally the beer flowed to his head, or poured to his head. We have more interesting example about ambiguity, such as context-aware ambiguity, literal translation, literature and aware ambiguity, and more. We do suggest you to check our papers for all these interesting examples explanation. Overall, in this paper, we introduce the construction of a multilingual parallel corpora. We call it AlphaMWE, and we did a verbal multiple expression as a pioneer annotation by all native speakers of the target language. We described the procedure of machine translation model selection, human post-editing, and annotation, compared different state-of-the-art MT models, and classified the errors MT model made verbal multiple expression related translation. We do hope this will help the machine translation researchers focus one or several of them in the future to address it. We also categorize the errors from English to Chinese, as well as English to German, English to Polish. We name it AlphaMWE because we want to say we want to maintain it publicly available, and we will extend it to other language pairs as possible. And we also plan to annotate different kind of multi-word expressions, not only the verbal ones. With the human post-editing and annotation and error remove, we do think AlphaMWE is an asset to cross-lingual and multilingual researchers. For example, machine translation and cross-lingual information extraction. Thanks for the listening.